Guys, great job with the film.
Thank you.
I'm here. I'm so excited I get to interview you guys. But I left my keys with the valet. Should I be worried?
Oh, well, I mean, there's...
How rude were you on a scale of 1 to 10?
After this film, I was very nice.
Right. I think we've done a service to valleys everywhere that everyone's going to be really nice to them from now on.
Was it that nuclear nice though, or did you really mean it from your heart?
Oh, no, I'm not a good actor like you guys, so...
I would tip up front. I'd say that's... if this film teaches you anything, it's tip up front.
Yeah, no promises.
Man, I gotta say, you're acting in this. Your character. Oh my God, I wanted to go and punch him in the screen. How do you prepare for it?
You just try and make sense of how a man like that lives his life and why he does what he does, and try and get into that psychology, however twisted it might seem. You have to try and untwist it and make it plausible, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I understand you guys didn't have too much time together working and on the same set, at the same time on the same set.
Yeah. Well, we were often around at the same time, but because of the way the story unfolds, the characters are kind of kept apart for a lot of it, aren't they?
I think the technological aspect of the film means that Cale can really mess with my character remotely, and so is sort of the whole cat and mouse game is played somewhat in sort of two different positions, but we did have some good stuff, as the film reaches its kind of ultimate finale,
The final act, we finally get to spar with each other. Yeah.
And it was interesting because I think by that point there's sort of an oddly perverse mutual respect that kind of is kind of, I mean, maybe not respect, it might not be the right word, but I feel like the two characters sort of know each other quite intimately,
He sort of, I think Cale recognises something in Sean. They're very different. They have very different backgrounds, but it's the sort of the problem solving, the kind of resourcefulness. I think Cale is at first rather taken aback that Sean is as difficult to quash as he is, and then he's rather intrigued by that, and rather he finds him sort of curiously attractive, I think.
You know what? That's what I'm going for, by the way, Lewis. Curiously attractive.
You do that.
So, what do you think, ladies? But I've heard this thing that psychopaths, when they're young, you hear this thing about they're killing animals and things. But I read in this book, the psychopath test, that John Ronson book, that it's not that they're wanting to kill for just the joy of killing. It's because they've seen emotions in other people, and they're trying to inspire the same emotion in themselves, and they're sort of learning the fact that they don't have them, like compassion and perhaps sadness, and so is like killing animals to try to see if they feel anything. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like the rules that David and Dean and Brandon wrote for Cale they're so truthful. You know what I mean? That the character just comes across as you kind of completely understand almost why he's doing all this mad shit.
I think monsters aren't scary unless they're plausible on some level. So you've got to try and find what that reality is, even if he does seem quite an extreme individual.
One thing that was different for my movie-going experience watching this film was also Portland. Could you talk a little bit about that, the sets and filming there?
It's oddly it's kind of strangely a love letter to Portland. This film, isn't it? And greater Oregon, because the locations are so beautiful, and even the opening shot of the film is this beautiful shot that sort of sings along the river and sort of goes over that iconic Portland sign. And
it's a great city. I loved being there.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
It's got a really nice vibe about it. There's a sort of slightly hipstery vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of chilled. It's
all the potheads, you see. It's like just laying around doing nothing.
It felt like a happy place, an inclusive place.
Yeah.
Last question, what's the moral of the story?
Oh God, serious question. The moral of the story.
Moral of the story.
I suppose it's thrilling because it compels the audience member to ask exactly what do you think you would do in this scenario. So I think it's hard to know if there is a moral of the story, but I suppose it's that
it's examining your own reactions to those moments of extremis, I think, and yeah, and maybe seeing how Sean deals with it and wondering if that's how you would deal with it, whether that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome film, a lot of drama, a lot of suspense, and scary too at the same time.
Thank you.
Twist and
Thanks,
turns.
Lewis. Cheers, man.
Congratulations.
Thank